In 2018, the 7 regional food banks serving the Old Dominion distributed almost 40 million pounds of fresh produce to hungry Virginians. But the demand for fresh produce keeps growing, and farmers have an opportunity to help even more thanks to a state food donation tax credit.
Fresh produce is one of the more nutritious items that we're able to distribute. It's often the most expensive item that our low-income families have to try to get at the grocery store. And so the more we can source that locally, the better, because we believe in working with our local farmers, supporting our local agricultural economy. We know helps everybody in the communities we serve. And so the more we can build those bridges and get food straight off the field and into our pantries, the better.
Eddie Oliver is Executive Director of the Federation of Virginia Food Banks. This umbrella group represents the regional warehouses and distribution points that collect and distribute most of the bulk foods donated from the USDA and businesses. Greg Knight at the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank agrees more fresh produce is their top need.
The chief reason is fresh food is the best food. We have a lot of instances of clients with hypertension, diabetes, things like that fresh food is going to help with that, where some of the more processed foods is going to work as a negative toward nutrition. The other reason that local food is important for us is if we bring a truckload of food in from, say, the Southeast or the Midwest, I've got a freight bill to pay. So that may be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. I can keep that and apply it to other programs and food if we get the food locally. Plus, it's just the right thing to do to help our local economy.
The 2017 Virginia General Assembly agreed to allow farmers a state income tax credit for donating food, worth up to 30% of the fair market retail or wholesale value of crops like grains, fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Farmers often end up with extra produce that's either not profitable to sell or not aesthetically pleasing enough for the grocery shelf. The tax credit is a good incentive for those producers to donate, but it also reinforces a farmer's natural instinct to feed people, especially those less fortunate. Danny and Evelyn Darlene Cassell of Carroll County started donating extra sweet corn 3 years ago. Now they deliberately plant a few extra rows of cabbage each year.
With our economic situation in this country this day and time, a lot of people can't afford to go out to the grocery stores and buy fresh produce.
It gives us the opportunity to market some of our produce that won't go to the market, fresh market. Like if a cabbage gets too big, or if you get behind in your spraying system, your schedule, you can get rid of the cabbage like that. Like I said, it's a win-win situation for both of us. We donate it to them, and they give it to people to eat, and then they give us a tax credit back on our income tax.
Apples are a staple donation to food banks because they hold up well in shipping and storage. Jaime Williams with Turkey Knob Growers says his orchard takes advantage of the tax credit every year.
What it does is it makes it more valuable than sticking it to a processing facility or dumping it. It gives us an additional market to take the fruit to, and you feel better when someone is getting enjoyment out of it, and especially a nutritional product. And hopefully that's going to create another customer years on down the line.
Producers interested in the food donation tax credit can learn more and download forms from the Virginia Department of Taxation website, or contact the Federation of Virginia Food Banks at 804-549-5675.
We at the food bank try to make that as simple as possible. So at the end of each month, we review the local donations. If there are donations that qualify for the tax credit, we then run the form for them. Page 3 of that form is on the food bank. We do that. We determine the market value of the product using the USDA Market Services website. So that makes it as user-friendly as possible. Beyond that, it's the farmer and his or her bookkeeper that has to do the rest of it. But we think it's a pretty user-friendly process for the grower.
Farmers and food banks alike agree it's a good program to help those less fortunate Virginians that just need more donations to make a difference. In Augusta County, Virginia, I'm Norm Hyde reporting.